Alright, what's up guys? Doing a video of a drive back to Atlanta. Currently in the Marietta Woodstock area. Came out to a car meet. Hope you guys enjoy. Got the car in rear wheel drive mode, full sport, all the settings except the steering and suspension, which are in comfort. And I actually have the burbles off, but I have a valve controller so the valves are fully open. Hope you guys enjoy the video. It should be mostly driving. I have a track day coming up on Monday at AMP with a group of guys. We rented the track out. So there's going to be plenty of awesome footage coming from that as well. What I want to do with the channel is be more consistent and really commit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a series of videos. The first one is going to be Mondays for motivation and music. So I'm going to post things about, you know, my career, things that'll inspire people, things that'll motivate you, how to get out of situations, how to handle situations, and then I'll also share, you know, my music playlists, preferences, things I've found. I think I have a really good taste in music that covers a lot of different genres, and I really do enjoy sharing it. So look forward to that on Mondays. The other 2 days are going to be Wealth Wednesdays, where we go over financial advice, investing, and then Fun Fridays, which could really be anything, but it commits me to uploading 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope you guys enjoy. This type of driving video would generally be a Friday thing. I have my windows up a little bit because it's so windy today, but hopefully you can still hear the exhaust. Let me know if you think I should get a microphone for the back to capture the exhaust right from the tips. For those of you new to the channel, this is a 2024 BMW Competition X Drive, an M4 Competition X Drive, and it has the Mastery of Art and Design mid-pipe. It's a single mid-pipe. It has the Fat Boy catless downpipes, also from Mastery Art and Design. It has an SST valve controller, which I've programmed to my garage buttons. So the garage button 1 opens the valves, the garage button 2 closes the valves. Now the valves can be fully 100% open and fully 0% open, which is fully closed. The exhaust button on the center console now actually just controls burbles. So right now I have the exhaust valves fully open with the burbles off, but I can turn the burbles on, and when I downshift, you'll hear a little bit of the fuel overrun, which is the burbles. But you can turn that off, and I like actually having the valves fully open and the exhaust note turned to burbles off, so that it's a very clean sound. I think it sounds more mature. As you can see, I actually set my tire pressures lower than normal. I'd normally have them at about 36 in the front and 34 in the rear, but because of the track day on Monday, I've set them a little bit lower. It should be 60 to 70 degrees, so I don't expect the tires to get super kind of like overheated. I bought a set of Hankooks Evos. Didn't want to spend too much money on like a Cup 2 tire, and there's a reason for that, because I have something up my sleeve which I'm excited to show you guys. Give me about maybe 2 months and I think you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. I think you're really going to like the surprise that I have up my sleeve. For those of you that saw the CSL video, I really loved that car. but it was not something that I could drive daily, because for me a daily driver means going to Costco, taking the girl out to dinner, being able to have cups in the car. So CSL, you know, there's no cup holders, there's no rear seats, and there's no all-wheel drive. So imagine in Atlanta, we actually have more rainy days than Seattle, believe it or not. And I do want a car that I can drive in comfort mode in four-wheel drive, but when I want to get on it, at the press of a button, switch it to rear-wheel drive. So the competition X-Drive does that. So the CSL, while if it was a second car, like a track car, it would be amazing. But for me, I'm just looking for right now an all-around daily driver, and the competition X-Drive does that, hands down. And there's really nothing that touches this car for everything it does. All-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, drag racing, circuit racing, drifting. This car, in the past 10-15 years, I think will go down as one of the best modern cars ever, and you can quote me on that. Anyway, let's get some driving. I do think Marietta has worse drivers than even Cumming. Like they stay in the left lane a lot, you know? I try to give space. I don't really encroach too quickly. Carbon ceramic brakes do a great job, obviously. They have so much stopping power and such little fade. My first M4, my first G82 M4 was a rear-wheel drive with stainless steel brakes, and man, once those things got hot in the summertime, they did start to fade. All right, let's see if we can get some noise under this tunnel. Potholes there, so that didn't feel too good. I like to use momentum, so I don't try to cut people off. I do try to accelerate and then glide to overtake people. I just don't understand why stay in the left lane if there's a car coming up behind you. Like, there you go, Volvo gets it. I wonder if he's gonna go around the truck. Guess not. See, in a perfect world, or Europe, drivers would get in the right lane, but in America, literally have no driving etiquette on the road. Creative, you know? When people don't know how to drive, you know, you really have to think about what move you're going to take. And it's better to not ever hesitate, but you really have to be careful. So as we can see here, the truck in the left lane slowing everyone down. People don't realize how much traffic they cause by just not moving over. It's kind of ridiculous. By the way, I will say that any footage you see here is generated by AI, so take that for what it is. drive mode, especially when you're on the highway, is not as fast as four-wheel drive mode in a straight line. Like, let's be honest, all-wheel drive will get more traction and deliver more power to the ground, but two-wheel drive mode, just, it's more fun for me. You know, you get more playful feel from the car. You feel the rear tires. You don't have the front drive shaft connecting the front wheels, giving you, I think, a more numb feeling, which all-wheel drive will always be a little bit more numb. So, I think it's really the most fun to drive this car in rear-wheel drive mode. I don't see why people wouldn't. Is actually going slower than the middle lane, believe it or not, causing traffic. Miami is like this too, and you know, I was in Nashville a few times, man. The roads in Nashville suck. They do drive about 10 miles slower, I think, than Atlanta. They don't drive as fast, but damn, the roads there suck. But Miami is just as bad with these left lane drivers. Like, I don't understand. Like, what goes through your head? For me, it's kind of like, you know, you need to have awareness. Most people don't think about the economic impact of traffic, but man, it does impact people. Right, here we go. I'm gonna close this out to traffic. I'll put it back on when we free up. All right, let's see if it freed up a little bit. I'm using a combination of the shift knob and the paddles to shift. It's whatever is really most convenient at the moment. One thing about the M4 and the M3 is if you don't get the carbon interior, you don't get the carbon paddle shifters, which, come on, you got to get the carbon paddle shifters. I don't know why you wouldn't get the carbon interior. And the full leather. Come on now, why are you guys not getting full leather on these cars? That plastic looks like shit. Got a really nice green Porsche behind us. I'm not gonna lie, I've really enjoyed having a green car. I was invited to a St. Patrick's Day car event by the Driving Club of Road Atlanta for green cars. It was a lot of fun. So that's one perk, I guess, getting invited to those events for green cars. Another is just, I think, standing out in traffic, standing out in parking lots. I can always identify where my car is. And for launch colors, come on, Isle of Man green has got to be up there for one of the best launch colors ever for a BMW. Yas Marina blue on the F80. Isle of Man green on the G80. So there is an LCI coming, which is a life cycle impulse, also known as a refresh. It's like a half generation leap. And the M4 is going to get 20 more horsepower. It's going to get a flat bottom steering wheel. It's going to get a redesigned air vent setup. iDrive is going to go from 8.0 to 8.5. There's no longer going to be laser headlights, but there will be laser tail lights. And there's a new kind of brand language focused headlight that kind of matches the new X5 and I think the new X3, the headlights on those cars. I'm excited for the LCI. I actually think that, you know, BMW continually improves on the car, and after having a 2021, now 2024, you know, an X-Drive competition LCI is an interesting opportunity. I do have the chance to order a car again, so stay posted, you know, see what happens. It's rare for me to miss a tunnel. It's just too much fun, you know? Look at that, all that traffic. I'll tell you what, these Hankook's fucking grip. I'm telling you. Set the tire pressure a little bit lower. It's 69 degrees out. It did rain yesterday. It's drying up now, but even rear wheel drive mode, man, these tires, really good value for the money. I'll link the tires below if anyone wants to run them. I'm running the OEM size, so 275, 35, 19 in the front, 285, 30, 20 in the back, and I think I got the full set for $1,000, which is a lot better than the fucking Michelin Pilot Sport 4S Stars, which are like $1,700 to $1,800, and even the Pirelli P0s are $1,700 to $1,800. And then if you go for a Cup 2 setup, you're pushing like $2,000. And even though I have a track day coming up, I don't think it's worth it just to put the tires in the car. And like I said, I do have a surprise coming, so I hope you guys stay posted for that. That I can put the car in all-wheel drive mode at 110 miles an hour is just, it blows my mind. Like, I need a little bit more stability, you know? I'm gonna make a high-speed move, boom, all-wheel drive, no problem. Now there are situations when you're at red line or you're losing traction where the car will not let you change from rear-wheel drive mode to all-wheel drive mode, so you just have to be careful of those situations, to be honest. Then you have to remember that you're in all-wheel drive mode because it's going to accelerate a lot faster. I love braking going downhill. I said no one ever in the left lane. remember, I've been driving for a long time, and this is AI generated. So again, take that for what you will. And one thing I will give you as a piece of advice is don't have a death grip on the steering wheel. You need to be able to adapt if you're driving at speed. And you need to be able to read the situation and be able to roll your hands, even your fingertips. And I've seen people cramp up and just really grip on the steering wheel too hard, and it can actually cause problems. So definitely a tip for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna commit to these videos like this AI is committed to creating these driving clips. All right, here we go, tunnel. Oh, we got that red line. We got that red line. Open up, you know what I mean? And you really need to take some time to learn how to drive a car before you let an AI push it to its limits, you know what I'm saying? But people are braking ahead. Let's see. All right. Wasn't red line, but we got some. Downshift on that tunnel. This is always a cluster. People coming from Howell Mill. Some people need to get south. Some people need to get north. Some people need to get to the city. GT3 and GT3 RS owners, you can eat your heart out because your car will never accelerate as fast as a twin turbo car. Hear this on the mic. That just sounds good. Let's not kid ourselves. The S58 sounds good. Mid pipe is where most of the sound is at. Downpipes is really power, but you just need a mid pipe and a valve controller. That's what I would do, minimum. I don't know how much people really know how to drive, you know what I mean?